Hey everybody, welcome to another Musing with me. So today we're going to talk about accountability. Last time we talked about creating change specifically with resolutions, and I know that Dry January is the first one that comes around, and hopefully a few weeks in we are actually making good progress on that. If we're not, this is probably quite relevant for you. So we're going to talk about accountability. That means holding yourself to account to making the change that you want. If you didn't make a successful outcome for the resolutions that you've set, then that's your fault. It's nobody else's. You have to hold yourself accountable for every action you take. You could probably see that at work or at home or with friends. You know, how many times do people go, "Oh, it wasn't my fault that I didn't make this," or "Oh, Dry January was too hard," or whatever it might be. Who cares? Ultimately, it comes down to holding yourself accountable. And accountability will be the definition, take that back, will be the difference between success and failure. Do you want to succeed? Well, hold yourself accountable to it, because if you don't create those small incremental steps that you need to do, then who's going to do it for you? You know, as you grow up and as you get older, you know that if you want to take action, you probably have to do it yourself. Ideas are worth a dime a dozen, but action is where the real benefits come from. So, you know, as we look at this, accountability is also not a one-time thing. It carries on. Hold yourself accountable at everything you do. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't shirk responsibility and pass it on to somebody else, because you know what? It's not their problem. It's your problem. It also applies to everybody. You know, how many times do we kind of ponder and think, well, actually, why is nobody taking account for this? Sometimes we have to reflect on ourselves to also say, you know, how can I help somebody else be accountable? I've talked to a good friend of mine recently who started a new position, and I said, would you like to have an accountability buddy? You know, somebody that you trust and whose opinion you value, to actually say, have you said what you were going to do? Do you need any help in getting there? Is there anything I can do that can help you continue on the journey that you want to go through? No, it doesn't have to be this big formal thing. But how many times have you said, "Oh, I'm going to go to the gym tonight. Oh, you know, I'm a bit tired tonight. Actually, I don't fancy it. I'll go tomorrow." Really? It's a slippery slope. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not holier than thou, and I don't have everything right. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't get the accountability right, nothing will really change. It can't be delegated. It's your responsibility to do it. So please, ultimately, as we go through kind of the next series of videos, there'll be a recurring theme around helping create change and personal development and ultimately succeeding in reaching your goals. So the creation of change is the first step. We want to make ourselves accountable. There's a number of things that we can do next in terms of most valuable actions, but ultimately, you are responsible for your success. Not me, actually. You know what? Being blunt, I don't care. I do care, but the point is, if you don't do it, nobody will. So as you go forward over the next few days, and you want to create an action, and you want to do something, see if you're holding yourself to account. You know, if you didn't do it, understand why. Was it something outside of your control? We'll talk about what could go wrong lists in due course. Was it something that you decided to do and the opportunity cost was something else? Ultimately, you are accountable for you, and it's up to you to make it happen. Right, that's it. That's another one. So if you've got any questions, let me know, but I will speak to you soon. Cheers.